The last moments of Jeju Air Flight 2216, skidding on its belly along the runway before hitting a perimeter barrier and exploding into flames. Muan Airport had issued a warning of possible bird strikes at the time, and video shot from the ground seemed to show one of the Boeing 737's engines blowing out. The plane issued a Mayday distress call and then crashed 4 minutes later. The terminal building at the airport has now become the center of operations for the different emergency and support teams dealing with the aftermath, but also for the relatives of victims waiting for news. The aircraft was operated by South Korea's biggest low-cost carrier, Jeju Air, whose CEO has apologized for the tragedy, but says there was nothing wrong with the plane.
We have serviced this aircraft in accordance with the maintenance program, and there was no sign of anything unusual with this plane.
But it's not known yet why its landing gear wasn't able to deploy.
This is a almost 3-kilometer long runway, very long runway compared to most other international airports. So I suspect that for whatever reason, the aircraft not only had a landing gear issue, it might have had an issue with other aircraft systems.
Both black box flight recorders have been recovered from the scene as the investigation into the cause of the worst aviation tragedy on South Korean soil gets underway.
The government will mobilise all available resources to ensure swift rescue operations and thoroughly investigate the cause of the incident.
The two survivors were crew members, one man, one woman, who were thought to have been in the very rear tail section that separated from the rest of the plane as it was engulfed in flames. Emergency teams have been facing the difficult task of identifying victims, many of whom died in the ferocious fire after the crash. It's known most would have come from this one southwest corner of the Korean peninsula and were returning home from Christmas vacation. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Muan, South Korea.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.